All right, welcome back to the Find Your 20 Coaching Insight Show. And as always, I'm your host, Mark Sievercroft. And if you're a business owner who's looking to have more focus, more profits, and more time, you've come to the right place, because this is the place where I share the top insights from recent coaching sessions that I've had with my clients to help you throw out the 80% of things that are holding you back so that you can build a business that you actually love owning and a lifestyle that you're excited about. That's right. If your business was, I had to choose something this week besides candy, because it seems like every week I'm like candy, candy, candy. If your business was these five notepads, we would take four of them, we'd throw them away, and we'd focus on the one that's most important. And each week on this show, I share with you the top coaching insights I've had either in one-on-one or group settings. But before we jump into the show today, I want to share with you my featured resource for this week. And this week, my featured resource is my Remarkable tablet. This is my Remarkable tablet. I don't know who's showing somebody's coaching notes here. Let me close that. There we go. My Remarkable tablet. This tablet is absolutely unbelievable. It's completely changed the way I work. It's like having all of the notebooks. Like, remember we were talking about all these notebooks we were going to throw away? I've thrown away every notebook in my life. Like, I have this whole stack, and that's why I use these today. I have this whole stack of yellow notepads because I don't use notes anymore. Everything I do is on my Remarkable tablet. And it's awesome. It's unbelievably useful. It feels like writing on paper. You can have as many notebooks as you want. You can keep everything organized. I have my planner on there. I have my study journals on there, both for church and personal stuff. For work, I have my coaching notes from sessions with my coach. I have all my coaching notes with my clients all in one place. The other really cool thing, let me see if I can find one here. And I want to show this to you for those of you watching on YouTube. And if you're not watching on YouTube, you should go watch on YouTube. The other thing that's really fun is I do things like this with my clients, where I will draw out either their funnel or anything else we're talking about, and I'll put it up on the screen and I'll share it as I'm doing my coaching sessions. The other thing I do is I will download, if they send me like a document with their sales copy or a proposal or something, I will download that as a PDF onto my Remarkable. I will share it on my screen. I will record the screen share, and I will talk through that document with them, marking it up, drawing lines, and it's just like we're sitting next to each other. It's absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. It has completely changed the way that I do business personally, and my personal life. I use it a ton in my personal life too. So I highly, highly recommend it. If you have not seen this, go check it out. You can go to findyour20.com/remarkable, REMARKABLE, just like it sounds. It is a remarkable device, so they've aptly named it, and you can learn more about it. And by the way, if you go through that link, you will save $40 if you decide to get one. Oh, and the last thing that I really like about it is it's distraction free. My daughter, when I first got my Remarkable, she said, "Dad, why didn't you just get an iPad and an iPencil?" I could have, but I love that this is only for writing. It's a notebook. It's a digital notebook. I can't check my email. I can't get on YouTube. I can't watch videos. All I do is use as a notebook. It's awesome. It's fantastic. I really, really love it. So again, findyour20.com/remarkable. Check it out. Save $40 if you use that link. You can also check out all of my resources that I recommend at findyour20.com/my-best-resources. You'll get all of the things I recommend, including the Remarkable tablet. You can take a look at those there. All right. So let's jump in. This week, I wanted to share with you three. I think I've got three. Let me double check here. Yeah, three insights, three nuggets that I wanted to share with you. And the first one, this tip will take 60 seconds or less. Actually, no, it'll take 60 seconds. Here's why. Because the first one is I've had two different times where I've had conversations with people, and they've said that the focus of their program is that they're going to get X results in 6 months or less. And each time I said to them, just make it 6 months. The biggest thing that affects your sales, your confidence in sales, and your client's confidence in your offer is ambiguity. is not being completely clear, not having a crystal clear understanding of what's going to happen. So if you tell your clients you can get this result in 6 months or less, you've added in some ambiguity. You've added in, and some of them, maybe not consciously, but we'll be saying, okay, well, if it's 6 months or less, why did they say 6 months? So my recommendation is to say 6 months. You can get this result in 6 months if that's the case. You can get this result in 3 months if that's the case. And by doing that, you take away the ambiguity in that messaging, and it's very, very clear. So in other places in your business, it's the same thing. Anytime you're doing an offer, you're messaging, you want to be as clear as possible. The more ambiguity there is, the more uncertainty there is in your offer, in your messaging, whatever it is, the less likely people are to buy or to subscribe or to opt in or whatever it is. You want to be as crystal clear as possible. A confused mind doesn't buy. So be as clear as possible. Get rid of ambiguity in your messaging. Get rid of ambiguity in your sales message. Get rid of ambiguity. Be crystal clear. Say what you mean what you say. And if you do that, you will exude more confidence, and your clients will have more confidence in you and what you're offering them. So that's tip number one. Make sure there's no ambiguity. If it's going to take 60 seconds or less, just tell them it's going to take 60 seconds. Number two, this was one actually from a coaching session that I did with one of my coaches. And he said something that I really loved. We were going through my offer for my program, my year-long program. And I was breaking down what we had as far as the pieces of it, and then the bonuses that we were giving for it. And he said something that really stuck out to me. He said, I want your offer to be so good that they want to buy it before they see the bonuses. I want your offer to be so good they want to buy it before they see the bonuses. And his point was, you want to make the offer, share what's in the offer, and then you want to give them the chance to say, oh my gosh, I really want that. That's exactly what I need. That solves the exact problem I have. And then once they've made that decision, or they're saying, I really want it, even if they can't afford it, or they're kind of on the fence, then you say, but let me share a couple bonuses with you. And you give them that little bit extra. And the bonuses, rather than doing the heavy lifting of selling the product, the bonuses are what push them over the edge. The bonus is what gets them off the fence and into action. And so as you're creating your offer and as you're presenting it, make sure the offer is good enough by itself to make them want to buy. And then use the bonuses to address any concerns and to get them into action, to get them off the fence and to make that final decision. But you don't want to rely on your bonuses to do the heavy lifting of selling the product for you. So that's number two. Number three, this is something that I've seen multiple times this last week with my clients, and that is not doing things immediately. Not doing things immediately. And this is something I learned from my coach, which is help your clients get into action. Now, in your business, there may be something that you've been waiting to do, and you're like, well, I don't know. And then you say, well, I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow morning. Do it now. Do it now. So this morning, I had one of my clients that was committing to doing an event. And he was kind of hesitant on it. And I said, okay, can you email or text your assistant right now and say, this date, this time, we're doing this event, burn the boats, don't let me out of it. And he kind of looked at me and I said, no, like text her right now because I want you to be held accountable. And so he got on his phone, texted her right then, and made that commitment. That is key, getting into action, doing it right away. If there's something that you've been putting off, make the decision to do it right away. I can tell you, once you make that decision, everything else gets easier. Once you make that decision, it's not nearly as hard to stay in action. The other day, I made the commitment to my coach to do reach outs for something. And I was like, I'm just going to do 5. I'm just going to do 5 of them today, email 5 people, text them. And I got to 5 and I was like, wow, this is pretty easy. I want to keep doing it. And I just kept going. I just kept going. And sooner or later, before I knew it, I had reached out to like 23 people, 22, 23 people. And what I told my coach was, I said, when you're on a roll, you just grab the butter and you keep going. And that's the key. Do it now. If there's something that's important, don't put it off. Do it now. Brian Tracy would say, eat that frog. It's that same idea. But the key with this is not to let it fester, because when you feel motivated to do something, you will never have more motivation than you do at that moment. Motivation does not increase accidentally. Motivation decreases. When you go to a conference, you're more motivated at the conference than you are the next week when you get home. When you have a great conversation with a friend, you're more motivated to do whatever it is you were talking about than you will be at any point after that. So when you have the feeling that you need to do something, do it now. Don't wait. And one of the keys, and this is one of the benefits of having a coach, is having your coach or your accountability partner or your mentor or whoever you have invite you to do that right away. And like I said, this is something I learned from my coach. We were at the conference a couple of weeks ago, and he invited somebody to send a text to somebody. He's like, "Can you text somebody or text this person and say that?" And the person was like, "Yeah." And my coach kind of stood there for a second, and then he goes, "Can you get out your phone now and do that?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, okay." And so he gets out his phone and he did it right then. And sometimes that's what we need. And that's the value of having that accountability partner, having that coach, having that mentor, somebody who's going to motivate you, to encourage you to do it now, to take action immediately. And if you take action immediately, you don't have to worry about finding the motivation later to take action. You don't have to worry later about finding the time. Just do it now. Just get it done. And then you don't have to worry about it. So those are the 3 for today. We talked about no ambiguity in your sales and your messaging, being super crystal clear. We talked about making your offer so good that people are ready to buy without the bonuses before you share the bonuses. And we talked about doing it now. So if you have not yet, I want to make sure that you grab your copy of my book, Find Your 20, by going to findyour20.com/grab your copy. And I'll drop it in the mail to you ASAP, and it costs less than Amazon. The packaging is better. Somebody referred to it as magic sparkle dust for their marketing soul. So I'm really proud of this packaging and the things that I put in with the box. So if you want your copy, make sure that you go to findyour20.com/grab your copy to get your copy today. And if you just want the audio version, I'm happy to give you that for free. And you just go to findyour20.com/free audio to get that. And as always, if you enjoy this podcast, if you enjoy listening to it, please make sure to rate and review the podcast on your preferred podcast app so that others can find and enjoy the podcast as well. And until next week, get out there and chase your 20.